My name is Gramey Browne, author of Learning the Business of Life. And I do these short interviews with professionals. I take them way back to when they were boys and girls, 7, 8, 9 years old. You would be surprised to see who they were back then compared to who they are now. So do me a favor, click subscribe, ring the bell, and give me a thumbs up. While you're doing that, I'll start asking the tough questions. So I'm here today with a man he's an all-around handyman. He's an electrician. He's a plumber. He can lay tiles. He can do sheetrock. He can do electrical work. Stephan Joseph, how you doing, my friend?
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful and highly favored.
Yes. And I've hired Stephan many a times. He has done great work for me. I've recommended him to others. He's done great work. This is literally an all-around handyman. If you ever need one, Stephan Joseph, this is the guy. But Stephan, today I'm not actually giving you any work. I want to take you way back to when you were little Stephan, running around the neighborhood, pinching all the girls, and then taking off to hide or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you used to do. Tell us about this little guy. Who was he?
Yeah, this little guy named Stephan. You know, he was just a people person from since I born. Always been loved by everybody I come in contact with. So it was just my nature to just be, loving, to be peaceful, to have the right attitude with everybody, to be loved by everybody. And that happened naturally. I didn't have to, force the point. It just whoever I come in contact with was just an automatic connection that is being done up till today. So he just God-given gift. So Stephan was a guy that, in my neighborhood was always helpful, always friendly, always eager to learn from the elders, from people that know how to do stuff like carpenter, mechanic, body man, go down as to being a vendor, so go as far as to be a agriculturist. To everything that I could possibly put my hands on. I made it my business as a little boy to be very curious because I was just eager to learn and to know how to do different things, because I know that one day I'm going to be getting a job or looking for a job, and I don't want to be in one area. I want to be able to be like versatile, that I have knowledge into doing a lot of different stuff. So that makes me different from other people. So as a young boy growing up in my town, I was always a person that was very curious and always energetic and always on the move, always on the go, always want to learn, always want to know, always want to be in things. Okay. So that's just me.
And so did you or did you not pinch little girls and run and hide behind the tree?
Oh, that girl was pinching me. This girl was pinching me, man. I had this for myself. This girl was all over me. I just couldn't help. I just couldn't help it. It was just one of my natures, I didn't have to pinch the girls. Girls were pinching me all over. I had to tell them, stop. Yeah, so that was me, Stephan. I cannot relate to that. I cannot relate to, I never had a chance to pinch any girls. I had to tell the girls them to stop.
So we go, let's go more now into your teenage years, 12, 13, all the way up to 17. Did you go to a trade school? How did you learn all these different skills and all these different trades?
Well, growing up with my father took me in a very tender age, and he said that, Stephan, you have two choices. You can go to school and learn from the books, or you can come into the field and learn some trade. And my father was a fireman, and he was full of different trades. He could do everything around the house. And he didn't have to call nobody from outside to do nothing, absolutely nothing around the house. He do plumbing, he do electrical, he do carpentry, joinery. He did all of that. So I was right there beside him, you know, getting to know all different tools, you know, taking care of the tools, sharpening the saws, the hand saws, you know, filing the machete, filing the plane, taking the planer, the wood planer down to pieces and filing it and putting it back, you know, knowing measurement, knowing how to read measuring tapes. And you know, it just always on my mind from since I'm very little boy. So with that being said, my father was very influential in me knowing a lot of different stuff also, because my father also too was an artist. You know, I saw my father draw a picture of a flower in crayon, and he decorated that piece of wood, and that was so amazing.
Yeah.
So all of that too, as a little boy, I was also sketching with my sketch pad. Sometimes I would trace, you know, sometimes I would draw freehand. So all of these things that I developed, you know, through the influence of my father.
Okay, so you would say your father was one of the biggest early influences.
Sure, indeed. I had the privilege and opportunity to take it in,
Right.
to grasp all what he was showing me. I absorbed it, you know, because I was just curious.
Yeah, and I say to people, this is part of what generational wealth is the wealth from the generations that came before us, passing down that wealth of generation to us, so that every generation can be better than the one that came before it. And so you didn't go, did you do any formal trade school, or you simply just learned it from your dad and
I wish I did trade school, but it wasn't designed for me to be an art. Or it is a trade school, so I had no choice than to develop on my own.
Okay.
And along the years, as a young boy, growing up, and not liking anything in particular or giving what I know any preference, I just take it up on my own to be knowledgeable in all the different areas that I possibly put my hands on.
Yeah, because you know a little bit about mechanic work, body work on cars. What you got? Electrical, plumbing, masonry, carpentry. What else?
Drywall,
Drywall,
art.
art.
Yeah, I do freehand painting.
Oh my God.
You know, I do.
You do
I-
tie-dye shirts.
tie-dye
I
shirts.
remember you
Yes,
had that. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
See, and I say this to young people all the time. You got to become this multi-purpose tool, because people want stuff that is useful. They want people that is handy and useful. And the more use you have, is the more people can make use of you, which
Definitely.
gives you more opportunities for whatever it is you want to do.
Definitely.
Now let me ask you this: if you were a teenager now, because back then there was no internet, and so most of the time, even for me, we spend time outside the house. Nowadays, most kids are spending a lot of time inside the house. They got their little games with their fingers. They know how to do stuff with their fingers, not their hands.
Yeah.
So if you were a teenager now, what kind of teenager do you think you would be? Would you be all into the social media and the internet, or you think you'll still have that knack for the physical, out in the field, hot sun, dirty hands, whatever? Who do you think you would be? So if you love what you've seen and hearing so far, do me a favor. Click subscribe, press the bell, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up.
You see, it all trickled down to my dad, because he gave me that motivation, and he gave me that that ability to know that when you have a trade, it counts and it matters, because without that you could be like a fish, out of the water.
Yeah.
And no matter how much education that you have, if you are a book smart person, but the core of everything is the skills and the talent that you have with your hands.
Yes.
And that cannot be taken away from you. That is where it all starts. No matter how much book smart that you are, no matter how highly educated that you are, if you don't have skills, if you don't have a trade to back up where you have intellectual, like, you know,
Where the
doctorate
books leave
you
off,
know,
yeah.
and you leave out of the books and you don't have no skills, then you're kind of limited.
Well, they hire you. So I went to a trade school and I learned masonry and carpentry. I did carpentry for a while. I like masonry to do the edging, but I didn't like laying blocks and plastering walls. You know, I would just do the
Okay.
edging and I like that. Carpentry, I like field carpentry. I also tried joining, you know, tables and chairs.
Yeah.
And I would always cut the wood like 2 millimeters short on one end or whatever, and
Aye.
so I kind of abandoned that, you know. But yeah, I got some skills with my hand. I could do a little painting or whatever, you know. But that's where you come in, and a skill, once you have it, it's yours, you know, forever.
Yeah. No matter if you have a skill, if you have an education, whatever that you have in your brains, you have it forever.
Yeah.
But you have to realize what is it that is more reliable that you have to have. And it's a trade.
Yeah.
It's a trade. That's where it all starts from. Because back in the days, back from creation, the first thing that we talk about is having a trade.
Yeah.
You
gotta
have to
a
be
skill or you have a
some
trade.
kind
Yeah.
of trade in you. Whether you are a woman or you are a man, women, it have trades for women. Women can cook good. Women
Bake.
can do
Bake,
bake,
they can
you know.
wash, they used to
can,
wash clothes,
yeah,
or they would-
yeah,
they
yeah.
would
They
clean-
could
like
iron or
yeah.
something, so you know,
You
they
have to
always
learn
have
to do something.
always have
Yeah.
something. You know, seamstress, you know, they could be, you know, all different kind of things where a woman trade is concerned and a man trade is concerned. But where a man trade is concerned, that right now you find that the internet now taking that away from the young generation now.
Well, now they're called content creators, and that's like their own little skill. They call it a skill, and it's listen. There is about maybe 10% of people who are being paid from it, but the other 80% is chasing that other. You know, the other 80-90% is chasing those 10%. But if they don't make it, they don't have a fallback position.
Right,
They don't have
right.
a plan B. They don't have a skill. They don't
Right.
have any trades.
Right.
They don't have
Right.
anything else that they
Right,
can do.
right. And right now the internet is setting up the young generation not to have a trade,
Yeah.
because they're setting up the robot, the AI, to do the trade for them.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, you have to ask yourself that particular question: where am I fitting into this world right now?
Yeah.
You don't have a trade,
You don't have a
and
skill.
you don't have a skill, and you only book smart.
Yeah.
So where are you going? Where AI is taking away your book smart part of you.
It's depending, yeah. If you didn't go high enough to where what you do is such in demand or so valuable,
Yeah.
AI is going to disrupt a lot of areas
Yeah, man,
in
amen to that.
academics.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
for sure.
of it, definitely.
But when you have a skill and you
Yeah.
have a trade, now when you have a trade, you have to be clear. When you have a trade, is some people that they perfect that trade,
Yeah.
and in that trade you develop skills. You can develop skills to do whatever that is in that trade more better, faster, easier.
More efficient, yeah.
Yeah, more efficient. So you develop skills. Yeah. So as a young boy, right now, I would still be without the internet and with all of that, that rise of AI again. I would still be the one to be, good with my hands.
Good with your hands,
Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, I cannot call AI to fix what I got to fix at my house for me.
Not yet,
I cannot even ask AI a question about what I already know. So I got to make sure that I know more and can do more. And the good thing about it is getting it done at the time you want it to get done.
And all the academics with the AI, they're gonna call you to build a house so they can put their computer in.
Here we go. Here we
So,
go. Here
so
we go.
you will always be of value, of high value.
Of course. Of
Okay,
course.
so you have been this curious boy, learning, picking up stuff around the neighborhood, around your father. Would you say what you're doing now is you living out your dream, or sometimes does it feel like you're actually going to work?
No, no. Every day that I wake up, I thank the Almighty for allowing me to wake up to do something that I love to do. That is so important to the soul, because when you're getting up to do something that you love to do, you're looking forward to do it to the best that you can do it, because it's just in you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're waking up to something that you don't love to do, but you're just doing it for doing sake, you are putting up a fight within you.
Yeah.
And that fight within you doesn't be happy, it doesn't be very stressful for you. And you're not appreciating what you really do, because it's not really you that doing it. You're only doing it just for doing its sake.
Well,
you know?
You gotta eat.
You know, and when for me, every day that I wake up, it's a challenge. I'm gonna challenge that day. Whatever come my way, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say that, you know, I don't like that, that is difficult, or this is you know, something I cannot do. Every day I wake up, I'm waking up with something that I'm gonna love doing.
Okay.
Whether it's for my first time I'm doing it, I'm gonna be doing it with love.
Well, you know what they say. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? So basically, it's not work for you. It's your dream. It's you living out your dream. So now I'm going to ask you the toughest question of all now, because this one you're not going to use your hands. You're going to have to use your imagination.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so imagine yourself in a full vocational school assembly, right? There's about 100 kids, and you just did some workshops with them. You showed them some techniques on plumbing, a little something on electrical wiring, a little something on how to put tiles on the floor, how to put tiles on a wall, a little how to put compound on some sheetrock, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And now it's the end of the day. It was a great workshop. You're about to walk out. There's an SUV waiting for you outside. It's a black on black, tinted. There's a police escort. They're gonna whip you off to the airport.
That's VIP,
right?
man.
Yeah, there's a private jet waiting for you. You're gonna get a long weekend trip to Dominica. It's Creole Fest, right? You got VIP tickets and everything, right?
Yeah.
What are the last words that you're gonna say to those kids before you walk out?
I will tell the kids this. Remember how the world is revolving around us now. It's not going to be easy for you all. You all are going to be faced a tough time in your life. Right now, whatever that you are learning, be very, very, very good at it. Create the right attitude about whatever that you're doing. Make sure that you are going to know that you have to break before you make. You have to be able to accept the fact that whatever you do not going to be perfect. Whatever that you do not going to be one shot good. Is just by continuously doing it over. Whatever that you choose, carpentry, electrical, tiling, as you all are young and you all have the energy, create the right attitude. And that right attitude that you create from within will help you very much to do whatever that you're doing to the best of your abilities.
Stephan, thank you so much, and I'm sure the kids listening to this is going to thank you too. It was great talking to you.
It's a pleasure, Mr.
Thank
Browne.
you so much, my brother. Remember, the only limits in business and in life is your imagination and determination to succeed.
When desperation dictates decisions, in the sweltering heat of Central Florida, two boys from privileged upbringings embark on parallel journeys toward the American dream. Their early success promises everything they ever wanted, but beneath the surface of their achievements, forces will challenge everything they've built. Watch as one man's rise to success mirrors another's descent into darkness. When their paths finally converge in the middle of a bank robbery gone wrong, that leaves both men forever changed. Their story serves as a stark reminder of how quickly the American dream can become a waking nightmare. Available on Amazon, and locally at Video Block in French Quarter, Arnia Bookstore, Family Bookstore, and Adolphos Richardson in Phillipsburg, Van Dorp Bookstores, Pineapple Pete in Cole Bay, and the St. Martin Library. Get your copy today.